Welcome back to you, cutie pies. Didn't I tell you that a banana a day kept the bears away? Well, you didn't eat your banana, did you? Bitcoin has dropped 10%, around 44 down to 40K. But who's surprised? No one here. I only made warning videos literally every 90 minutes of the day for 3.5 days straight, telling you so much euphoria. Max Kaiser saying Qatar is going to buy $500 billion of Bitcoin. Everybody then telling me, buy the rumor, buy the news. Of course, friends, I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling you we're at a point in the market where you start to see the actual bull market. That's why I'm excited, because we are no longer in the going down only zone. That time period, we're not in there anymore. Now we've traversed. We are actually starting to see and smell the bull market. Hope and disbelief rinsing from the Wall Street cheat sheet. Look at the price action. We saw a big, fat, red candle go down. But is it really big, fat, and red, friends? I mean, look at 4-hour chart. Beep. All right. This is a warning sign. You see, everybody was dancing and prancing and no one's looking. And friends, I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, I can see things, man. I'm telling you now, you are owning coins that didn't move. And so am I. Okay, now some of my coins did move. ChainLink tripled. Okay, so I have coins that moved. Paid did a 20x out of nowhere. Blockbank did a 34x off the low. We're still offside. Okay, so random things are moving, yes. But you definitely do own parts of your portfolio that didn't move. Ethereum lagging behind. And look what happens. You still get rugged. How many times I've got to tell you? This game is brutal. Now, I pray to God we don't see this, but I'm telling you, by the end of this cycle, if what I'm seeing is right, you're going to learn the hard way why Jesse Livermore blew his brains out with a water pistol in that hotel lobby over 100 years ago. One of the greatest traders ever. Made $1 billion, lost $1 billion, made $1 billion, lost $1 billion, made $1 billion, lost $1 billion. Beep. Okay, you're going to learn the hard way. Markets are not reliable and they don't owe us anything. We are not entitled to anything. I don't care who Rockenegra is. I don't care what this dude says. I don't care what the dude who bought Bitcoin for $1 is telling you. I don't care that Michael Saylor puts laser eyes back. I don't care. I care about the game. We're in the game. You are liking and subscribing. We are small enough that we can move in and out of the market. We are just a little raindrop deep in the ocean. Boop. No impact. Do you understand that? Bitcoin's price, of course, has done these zippity beep. I've already made you videos, friends. I've made multiple videos and posts. Crapo has capitulated. We are now entering danger zone. But it's not danger for the whole crypto cycle. There's still plenty of more juice to come. We're only just getting started. All right. But this phase we're in now, the coins that people think are going to be relevant probably get disappeared next year. It's going to be new stuff. It's the mind of the masses. They're locusts. They don't really know what the hell they're doing. So it all comes down to Metcalfe's law, okay? Look, at the end of the day, how many times did I tell you, friends, as well? We were doing the most simple, basic TA. Count the number of green candles on the week. We had 8 green weekly candles pop. You see this? Red. Now, it doesn't mean we have to go down. And look, Bitcoin can just go sideways, get everybody bullish, and then go down as well. We can do things like this. It doesn't really matter. What I'm going to show you are the things I really look at. I don't care what Bitcoin's doing right now. Why? It's because Bitcoin is under 69K. And none of my big bags are euphoric. So I don't care, okay? I want to see Bitcoin super euphoria before I really get worried. We're not there yet, all right? So we still have a long way to go. Bitcoin has a lot of leg room. Even though, yes, it's a lot of leg room for us, people holding Bitcoin maxi portfolios, you're going to learn the hard way, okay? You know, from 42K to 84 is a 2x. You really, friends? You're going to hold and risk my dark prophecy scenario for a 2x. Well, look, you can't blame anybody yourself by the end of it. That'll be a 5.5-year round trip, okay? So look, that's why I've said, friends, I made videos and posts. I've told you. The picture I use for this is the fall of Rome. Rome burning, because the Bitcoin maxis got no one to blame but themselves, okay? So when we move on to this, I'm going to show you. Have a look, friends. We are still early to the bull market, all right? So I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. I'm just going to share with you what I'm doing. Yes, hope and disbelief rinses. But Every time we go down, people saying it's over. Right now, they're not really. Right now, everyone's still got the euphoria, friends. That's why you can tell we've been going up for 4 green months in a row. People are complacent. You understand that? Because we've had a red candle and no one feels like it's over, what is that? It's the drugs running through our veins. We really have confidence. That's complacency. At the top of the Wall Street cheat sheet, friends, complacency is when you see that the prices go down, but people's emotions are not reacting, okay? And I can show it for you right here, right? You've seen on the Wall Street cheat sheet, look at this, up the top here. See? Euphoria, we have this pop. Now we're complacent. We're like, oh, I just did a cool off. Qatar's still going to buy it, right? So look, we are not at the big one, but I'm just sharing with you. Do you see how it feels now? Because I can see how it feels. And I also know that you're a blueberry muffin. I do appreciate you, okay? So at the end of the day, you can really, really see and understand. You're like, oh, okay, Bitcoin is a quick 10% dip. No one's scared. No one's scared. Why? Because they're just looking at that 4 in front of Bitcoin. We're still at 40K, 42K. Wow, it's so euphoric. Perhaps at the top of the bull market, when Bitcoin's at 88,000, and then it comes back down to 70, comes back up to 73, people are still like, wow, we have a 7 in front. I remember when we had a 1, it was just 15K. Now we have a 7, and the next thing that's going to come is a 10, 11, 12. Do you see that? They're complacent. They're not looking at the fact that we had a big smack. That's when exit liquidity is actually going to get wrecked, okay? So look, more to come. Look at this, friends. These are Reddit posts, okay? Look at this. What's wrong with investing in Bitcoin? If you're smart about it, you can make a lot of money. Look at this replier, okay? It's the utility. It has none. It's literally just playing chicken with other investors. And you are right. Except, so is stocks, so are golden metals, so is property. Yes, you are playing chicken with everybody else. And if everybody leaves, it goes to zero. But we're taking odds here. We're taking a game, taking a chance. It's a game, okay? We're early. People don't get it yet, all right? Now, you probably say to me, well, there's no chance stocks go to zero. Why? Why are you saying that to me, friends? It's because in your mind, you have a 100-year price chart in your mind, 100 years of data. You also say to me, well, property can't go to zero. Why? It's because you know in the GFC, the government comes, sends rates to zero, and pumps it back up with a money printing bonanza. You know that. Do you see that? That's certainty to you? Well, because you have certainty, your neighbors are also certain. And that's why they continue to leverage it up. And that's also why when it goes down 11%, they all kick and scream like little bitches, and then the government has to debase all that currency to prop it back up again. You never get that discount. That property never drops 75% for a swing, okay? It never does. It gets bailed out by the government. Those stocks that you want to get on 80% discount, you don't get them. There's only one place in the world to get discounts like that. We're in the industry right now. But with that comes uncertainty, okay? So these people, they don't get it. And unfortunately, they'll probably get it when it's too late. Look what Mr. Skepsis says. Despite how confident some crypto bros are about it, most of us know it's a risky investment, so we don't put too much into it. But then there are also those who heard some dude put $500 into Bitcoin over a decade ago and is rich now. So they delusionally think their $500 will make the same return. Yes. I got this screenshot from someone who was trying to knock this guy at $44,000. Okay, you see, friends, see that person you're listening to? They've probably been fading. See that person, that Reddit post, okay? They've been fading crypto and Bitcoin for a long time, but their points are still valid. It's just that they suck as an investor and speculator, okay? But their points, you can't give them zero weight. You have to look at them and go, okay, what's wrong here? All right, well, if you're so smart, why aren't you making money? Of course, because they don't know how to apply that, okay? You can apply that. You can be long with those people when they get in, right? And then you got to get out before they start to realize that it's not going to hit their targets. That's the exact game we're trying to play right now, isn't it? So let's talk real crypto, friends. For example, this is the Pulse and HEX chart. Okay, so what I'm going to show you, Bitcoin dipping doesn't really impact us. Who cares? All right. My fundamentals are Bitcoin still under all-time high. I feel like there are enough people out there who want to push Bitcoin above all-time high for a trap. That's just what I feel, okay? Don't know the future. Don't know if the 4-year cycle repeats. So I feel that's my margin of safety. And guess what, friends? If you go back to every single crypto cycle, buying Bitcoin under its all-time high was a good margin of safety. Now, it's funny to use that term margin of safety because it's from Warren Buffett, Benjamin Graham, and it refers to if you own a company in a stock and they liquidated everything, how much do you get the company for, okay? Now, in crypto, it's zero, okay? It's just figments of our imagination. But guess what? Networks have value, and we are discovering it as we go. So this is the Pulse to HEX chart, okay? So I'm seeing different players here play this around. This guy sold HEX to rotate into Pulse. Now, I've got the chart here just to show you my target, friends. So this is a ratio, okay? So it doesn't really matter what's going on. I'm just playing along the game out. See, friends, we're just seeing the first Bitcoin bull for us, the first one. It's probably going to go low enough to make everyone think that was the last one too. We're not there yet, okay? So first one. It's funny, everyone says just getting started, and they don't even believe they're thrusts that go up and down, okay? So this hope and this belief is going to keep getting rinsed. And with the rinsing of this, we still have more opportunity, okay? Unfortunately, the bags get more expensive over time, but we've had 2 years to accumulate, all right? So I'm looking at these just to give you some confidence, right? To share with you. So we don't really care about these Bitcoin move up and down, all right? So overall, I'm seeing layer 1 smart contract chains, okay? Reaching higher value than HEX, okay? So Pulse outperforming HEX. That just means the Pulse to HEX chart goes up. This one down here, okay? That's all it means. It's nothing complicated. It means if this chart goes up, all it means is Pulse outperforms HEX. So I'm also saying the same thing for PulseX too. And if it goes to my target, Pulse has done a 2x multiplier on that. So you really do got to think ahead of the game. You got to think about where are people going to buy and what are they going to be thinking. Okay, friends, that's why you really got to understand. They always say, when I was first new into trading, investing, people said, you got to understand market psychology, human psychology, and then you bink everything. And I never really knew. I thought, that's just people send me BS. Go, no, it's true. It's true. All right. It really is true. But it takes a long time to get there. You really got to feel why people are coming in, what they're going to be looking for. Okay. Let's use a basic example. There are people, they might buy HEX, starts going up. Pulse starts going up more. Why? Because Pulse and PulseX can be upgraded. Okay. Emotional money, we know, is drawn to things like that. Shiny, new, PulseX limit orders. Whoa, more yield farms. Oh my gosh. You see that? That attracts them. Doesn't mean its fundamental value is higher or lower. Depends, right? Technically, if it attracts more people in the future, it's got higher fundamental value, doesn't it? There's another way to look at it, okay? But this is where it comes down to it. How confident are you of the game? You don't have to go all in on one. You can just go even splits everywhere. But I'm just sharing with you how people come in, why these things disconnect. I'm here to protect you, right? Not here to tell you to, go be a DJ and do this. I'm just telling you these ratios will move around, and now I can tell you why they're moving around, okay? You're watching people participate because they feel like they're late, so they're going to push something up, okay? It's not like these deep diamond hand buyers who believe in PulseChain and PulseX, for example, if they're buying it up 14x from here, it's probably not them, friends. It's probably like retail emotional money. They're like, oh, PulseChain, PulseX, that's new. I heard of HEX last cycle. You know what I mean? I want to get the new thing. That's what they're thinking. It's not more complicated than that. So that's why I've just overweighted my ratio, my chart here. I can't tell you what to do here. It's already up 50%. Okay, you knew what you want. I can just tell you it's 100 plus 100% to my target. And if it goes back down to where I entered, I don't really care. I'm going to buy more, okay? Which basically means I'll convert more HEX into it, and I actually just keep adding more bullets. So if that ratio wants to do it, so be it. Also, very good question here from Jakub. Jakub, Somi, everyone thinks Pulse will outperform HEX. Do you not think this is priced in and won't happen? Here's the funny thing, friend. I promise you right now, I'm in a little bubble. People are learning and seeing what I'm doing, but I promise you right now, Ethereum is still gaining on Bitcoin. ETH BTC. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. And I've already told you, I can write all these essays for you. It doesn't matter. Ethereum can be upgraded. All right. Sharding. Imagine Vitalik says, hey guys, sharding is coming in about a year from now. Everybody blow their minds up. They're like, 10,000 transactions per second. The $150 swap fees go down to $1. Okay. So if he says that, no one's looking at Bitcoin. So you're going to have that disconnect. Okay. So the things that can be upgraded and speculated on always attract this new emotional money. Doesn't mean they're fundamentally valued higher or lower. You can't really make that distinction. Right? All you can feel or guess is people coming in later in the bull market, they're going to like that. Okay, so that's where we're looking at these things. Also want to end on this, friends. So this was interesting, something. So I'm learning here with you, and I'm just sharing with you some stuff. Okay, so ChainLink, it had 650,000 holders many months ago. Now it's up to 702,000, and its price went up 2.5x. So I can actually show you the chart for ChainLink, right? Mr. Painlink here, and I can show you what actually happened. There was 650,000 people down here, and then now we just added 10% more people and we went a 2x. But it's not so linear, okay? So it just maybe so happens to be that because of Metcalfe's law and how we deviate up and down these trends, a bit more people come in, it reprices. Why? It's because there's no more sellers. We ran out of sellers, all right? So Richard Hart ecosystem, I think it has like 200,000 people in there. Maybe. That's all it takes, friends. I'm not joking. All it takes is like 20,000 people coming from that 200,000 to 220,000. You might get just triple of everything. And you're right. And if you look at that little window of time, you're thinking, oh my gosh, how can these people get in? But that's because you ran out of sellers. But it's not so easy. Why? Because you got to run out of sellers first. You're seeing constantly weekend soy boy Kirk just keep selling it down. But that's okay. People who believe in the system, they get to get in, all right? So they're front running that next 20,000 people who come in and get to push it up a 3x. So I'm just using these numbers. Of course, not financial advice. Go buy bonds, see how that works out, okay? There's just thrown here. I'm sharing you this information I got to see, got to learn. Because I was always wondering, oh my gosh, how is Chainlink going to go up 2, 3, 4x when it's already got this many people? And you got to see just a tiny bit more people come in, snap. Because there's no more sellers. How many times did I tell you? The bear market ends when you run out of sellers. It has nothing to do with buyers, okay? I know it's very counterintuitive. That's why the bull market ends when we run out of buyers. Nothing to do with selling, okay? So that's why you can feel or smell or touch the bull market ending when you look around and you're like, oh my gosh, everybody who would have bought has now bought. There's nobody left. Go back to 2021. When Elon Musk says he likes Bitcoin and Elon Musk buys $1 billion of Bitcoin with Tesla and he tells everybody to buy it and he's cool with it, you got to think the most popular man in the world has now accepted Bitcoin into his heart. Now, ask yourself this question. Who else is left? Who else is left? Of course, friends, you can always misconstrue this and say, okay, the US Fed is next, or the aliens next, or this continent is next. You can look at it that way. But you got to look at what's come into that, the ratio of those people coming in, okay? You have so many new people. It's like you're running out of people. That's why you can never really predict the end of the bull market, the top. You can never really predict the bottom. You can have guesses here and there, different cycles, but consistently you can't. That's why it's a process to trim your portfolio over time. That's why I'm telling you, when Bitcoin hits those critical areas, having a 0% stablecoin allocation across all your crypto is the wrong portfolio. You're going to have to decide how much you want. We'll wait and see until that comes out. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. Don't forget to love to catch you soon.